Good day, everyone. So for these exercises, it says here to find the limit and when applicable, indicate the limit theorem. So first, let's focus to number one. So limit of 3x squared minus 4x plus 5 as x approaches to 2. So all we have to do is to substitute the 2 in the variable. So now we have 3 times substitute x with 2. So that is 3 times 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 5. And so to in solution, we can get 12 minus 8 plus 5 and then the answer 9. So the limit is 9. So next is we have number 2. Limit of h squared minus 4 over 3h cube plus 6 as h approaches to 1. So again, we just need to substitute 1 with the h. So if you're gonna solve this, 1 squared minus 4 over 3 times 1 cube minus 16, you can get negative 3 over 9, and we can simplify it into negative 1 over 3. So next is we have number 3. The limit of z squared minus 9 over z plus 3 as z approaches to 3. So we know that z squared minus 9 can be factorable by the quantity of z minus 3 times the quantity of z plus 3. It can be expanded so that we can cancel z minus 3 and z plus 3 and z plus 3. We can cancel that out and then we can get the result z minus 3. So we substitute z to pass to 3. So that is um, negative 3 minus 3. So that is equal to negative 6. So next is we have number 4. We have the limit of x squared minus x minus 6 all over x squared minus 5x minus 14 as x approaches to negative 2. So again, x um, x squared minus x minus 6 can be expressed as the quantity of x plus 2 times x minus 3, and same as same as the numerator, the denominator x squared minus 5x minus 14 can be expressed as x plus 2 times the quantity of x minus 7. So as you notice, no, we have the different terms, the numerator x plus 2 and the denominator x plus 2. We can cancel that out and then we will be left with quantity of x minus 3 and the quantity of x minus 7 as our denominator and our numerator. So all we have to do, the x minus 3 and x minus 7, we will substitute that variables with negative 2. So we will now obtain negative 2 minus 3 over negative 2 minus 7. And then if we're gonna solve that one, we will obtain positive 5 over 9. So let's go to number 5, which is the limit of the cube root of 4x squared plus 4x minus 3 over 4x squared minus 1 as x approaches to 1/2. So again, the numerator 4x squared plus 4x minus 3 can be expressed as the quantity of 2x minus 1 multiplied the quantity of 2x plus 3. And our denominator, which is 4x squared minus 1, can be expressed as 2 the quantity of 2x minus 1 multiplied by the quantity of 2x plus 1. And as you can see, again, we have the same terms, which is 2x minus 1 and then 2x minus 1 in numerator and then the denominator. So what are we gonna do? We are going to cancel that out. So we will be left with 2x plus 3 as our numerator over 2x plus 1 as our denominator. So all we have to do is to our next step is to substitute 1/2. We substitute the x variables into 1/2. So our expression now is 2x times 1/2 plus 3 over 2 times 1/2 plus 1. And we will obtain the cube root of 4 over 2, and that would be equal to 3 square root of 2. So now our number 6 is the limit of square root of 5y plus 4 over y minus 5 as x approaches to negative 4. As you can see, that cannot be expressed into another form as what we did in number 5. So, we're just going to substitute negative 4. Atong ilisan na siya. The x will be substituted by negative 4. So, our expression now would be the square root of 5 times negative 4 plus 4 over negative 4 minus 5. So, we will now, if we are going to solve this one, we will obtain the square root of 16 over 19. And then, as we all know that 16 is a perfect square and the 9 is also a perfect square. So, we'll cancel out that square root sign, and then the answer would be positive 4 plus over 3. So next is we have the number 7. All right. So our number 7 is the limit of square root of 9 minus t minus 3 over t as t approaches to 0. So that would be equal to square root of 9 minus t minus 3 over t, and we can actually rationalize it by multiplying this with 9, multiplying the numerator and the denominator with square root of 9 minus t plus 3 over square root of 9 minus t plus 3. And if we are going to multiply that one, we will obtain 9 minus t minus 9 over t times 9 times square root of 9 minus t plus 3. And that would be equal to negative t over t times square root of 9 plus square root of 9 minus t plus 3. All right. So if we're going to solve this, that one will be led to the answer negative 1 over square root of 9 minus t plus 3, and then that would be equal to negative 1 over. So what we can do to this one, since it can no longer be simplified, we can now substitute our t, which is 0. So negative 1 over 9 minus, substitute this with 0. So 9 minus 0 plus 3. So our answer will be um, negative 1 over 6. So the next one is the limit of 1 minus the square root of 1 plus t over t as t approaches to 0 again. So again, we need to rationalize it. We need to rationalize the the function or the limit. So 1 minus squared, copy this as our numerator, as our first expression rather. So that would be 1 minus square root of 1 plus t over t, and times multiplied by the quantity of 1 plus square root of 1 plus t over the quantity of 1 plus the square root of 1 plus t. So if you're gonna ask where we get this one, it is from our original functions, and we need to change the minus sign as plus. All right. So in continuation, as we're going to multiply this, we will obtain 1 minus 1 minus t over t times the quantity of 1 plus square root of 1 plus t, and then and that would be equal to negative t over t times the quantity of 1 plus square root of 1 plus t. And then, again, we will now substitute t with 0. So that would be negative 1 over t plus square root of 1 plus 0. So our answer would be negative 1 over 2. So that is our final answer. So now let's have this problem, and this problem is quite tricky, no? So again, we are given the limit of 5 minus square root of 4 plus 3s over 7 minus s as s approaches to 7. So that is actually 5. So 5 minus square root of 4 plus 3s over 7 minus s, and then we will rationalize it. So we're going to multiply it by our first original expression, but we need to change the sign as plus. So that will be multiplied by 1, um, multiplied by the quantity of 5 plus square root of 4 plus 3s over 5 plus square root of 4 plus 3s again. So if we're going to multiply that one, will be arrived to the answer of 25 minus 4 minus 3s over 7 minus 5 s rather times the quantity of 5 plus square root of 14 plus 3s. So that would be equal to 27 minus 3s all over 7 minus 5. So our s will now change that to yeah, I mean 5. So 7 minus 5 times 5 plus 4 plus 3s. Then we can actually, yeah, so the answer would be 3 times 7 minus 5 all over 7 minus 5 times the quantity of 5 plus square root of 4 plus 3s. And that would be 3 over 5 plus the square root of 4 plus 3s. And we will now substitute the t with our constant 7. So that will be 3 over 5 plus square root of 4 plus 3 times 7. And our answer would be 3 over 10. And that is our final answer. All right. So to move forward, we are now given the limit of square root of t minus 4 over t squared minus 10t plus 25 as t approaches to 5. So so the limit of t as t up the limit of the limit as as the 5 approaches to the left, that would be 1 over 0 plus that would be equal to positive infinity. And then as 5 approaches to the right, we can get 1 over o plus, that would be equal again to positive infinity. So our limit as t approaches to 5, that would be positive infinity. So next, we are now given this problem. Um, the limit of the limit of 4x minus 3 over 5x squared minus x plus 1 as x approaches to negative infinity. So yeah, so we express this function into 4x over x squared minus 3 over x squared all over 5x squared over x squared minus x over x squared plus 1 over x squared. So that would be 4 over x minus 3 over x squared over all over 5 minus 1 over x plus 1 x squared. So that would be, if we're going to solve this one, we'll attain 0 minus 0 plus all over 5 minus 0 plus 0. That would be equal to 0 over 5. And our answer would be 0. Next is this limit of 2x squared minus x minus 3 all over 3x squared plus 8x plus 5 as x approaches to negative 1. So again, our numerator 2x squared minus x minus 3 can be expressed into this one the quantity of 2x minus 3 multiplied by the quantity of x plus 1 all over 3x plus 5 times the quantity of x plus 1. So again, we can cancel x plus 1 and x plus 1 since they are the same. And we will be left with 2x minus 3 over 3x plus 5. And this x variable we will change that into -1. So that's why our expression here is 2, 2 times -1, 2 times 2 times -1 minus 3 all over 3 times -1 plus 5, and that would be equal to -5 over 2. So next is our number 20. The limit of square root of y minus 3 over y cubed minus 27 as y approaches to positive 3. So again, we just need to copy this one, the radical sign, and copy y minus as our numerator, and y, y cubed minus 27 can be expressed as, y minus 3 times y squared plus 3y plus 9. And then cancel out y minus 3 as they are the same. And then we are left with y 1 over, so change this y into positive 3. So we have 3 cubed plus 3 times 3 plus 9. And our answer would be 1 over 45. So our next limit is number 23. So limit of limit of 2 and limit of 2 squared x minus 6 over x minus 9 as x approaches to 9. So that would be equal to 2 squared of x minus 6 over x minus 9. So we need to rationalize it. So copy this one, change the sign as as our numerator and denominator. So that would be the uh, quantity of square root of x plus 6 all over 2 square root of x plus 6. So our answer would be 4x minus 36 all over x minus 9 times the quantity of 2 square root of x plus 6. So our answer, we are led to the answer of 4 times x minus 9 over x minus 9 times 2 square root of x plus 6. And again, um, we need to we need to remove x minus 9 in the numerator and x minus in the denominator because they are the same. So, and then change our x variables into 9. All right. So, our equation would now be 4 over 2 square root of 9 plus 6, and that would be 4 over 12. And our final answer, because 4 over 12 can be simplified into 1 over 3. So 1 over 3 is our um, final answer. So next is number 24, limit of square root of 25y squared over y minus 5 as y approaches to 5 to the left. So that would be 0 over 0 negative. So our limit is negative infinity. So again, our number 25, limit of 2x over 16 minus x squared as x approaches to -4 positive, or x approaches to -4 to the right rather. So that would be, we just need to change x into -4. So that would be -8, and then this is 0 positive or to the right. So our answer would be negative infinity. So next is, we have this exercises 9 to 18. So first, let's do the number 9. So the limit of 2x minus, what we're gonna do with this one is we're just going to test if it is true or they are equal to each other. So we have now the limit of 2x minus 5 is equal to 1 as x approaches to 3. So we are now going to check if this um 2x minus 5, if we are going to change the x into 3, would be equal to 1. So let's check that. So again, we just need to change the variable. So our variable is x, change that into constant of 3. So we have 2 times 3 minus 5 is equal to 1. And then 2 times 3 is 6 minus 5. That would be equal to 1. And then 6 minus 5 is 1. So that's why 1 minus 1 is equal. So that is checked. That is equal. Next is the limit of the quantity of 8 minus 3x is equal to 14 as x approaches to negative 2. So to make this easier, let's just focus in this function. Let's just focus on this in this expression. So that would be, let's change the x into negative 2. So that would be 8 equal to 3 times negative 2. That would be 8 plus 6. And 8 plus 6 is 14. So 14 is the same with the other side 14. So that is correct. Next is the limit of 3x plus 8 as x approaches to negative 1 is equal to 5. So let's just solve this equation. So let's just change x into negative 1. So that would be 3 times negative 1 plus 8. And then that would be negative 3 plus 8. And then negative 3 plus 8 is 5. So 5 is equal to the other side, which is also 5. So that is also correct. So next is number 12. We have the limit of 4x minus 11 is equal to 9. And as x approaches to 5. So let's focus on this function. Let's focus on this. So we would replace x into 5. So 4 times 5 minus 11, that would be 20 minus 11. And 20 minus 11, that would be 9. So 9 is the same with the other side, also 9. So that is correct. That's still correct. Yeah, so the limit of x squared minus 6 is equal to 16. So when we need to change x into negative 4. So that would be negative 4 times negative 4 is also 16. So 16 is equal to 16, which is also correct. Next is we have the limit of x squared is equal to 1/4. So as our x approaches to 1/2, so the um 1/2 squared, that would be 1/4. That's why 1/4 is equal to 1/4. So that is still correct. So next we have number 15. The limit of x squared minus 3x is equal to negative 2 as x approaches to positive 2. We just need to substitute the variables into the given constant, which is the 2. So we are now the expression can be is now converted into 2 squared minus 3 times 2 is equal to negative 2. And then if we're going to solve this, we can attain 4 minus 6, and 4 minus 6 is equal to negative 2. That's why negative 2 is also equal with negative 2. And next, we have number 16, the limit of 2x squared minus x minus 6 as x approaches to 3 is equal to 9. So we just need to change again the variables into the constant 3. So 2 times 3 squared minus 3 minus 6 is equal to 9. And then 2 times 9 minus 3 minus 6, and 18, that would be 18 minus 3 minus 6. And if we're going to solve this one, we will attain the answer 9. And 9 is the same with the other side, which is also 9. So that is correct. Next is we have the number 17. The limit of 16x squared minus 9 over 4x plus 3 as x approaches to 3 over 4 is equal to negative 6. So let's see. So we just need to replace x with 3 over 4. So our expression is now 16 times 3 over 4 squared minus 9 over 4 times 3 over 4 plus 3. So if we are going to solve this one, we will attain negative 6. And so negative 6 is equal to negative 6. So that is still correct. So down to the last number before we go to the functions, we are given the limit of 1 minus 9x squared over 1 minus 3x as x approaches to 1/3, that is equal to negative 2. So let's see if it is true. So 1 minus 9, replace x with 1/3. So that would be 1 minus 9 times 1/3 squared over 1 minus 3 times 1/3 is equal to 2. So if we are going to solve this one, we will attain 2. And so the equation is true because 2 is equal to 2. So let's analyze this function. So as you can see, we have given the xy minus 5x minus 3y plus z is equal to 0. Then y times x minus 3 minus 5x plus z is equal to 0. So if we are going to solve this one, we will have this 5x minus 2 over x minus 3. So y is equal to 5x minus 2 over x minus 3. I'm sorry, this is not 2, but rather it is 3. So that is 5x minus 2 over x minus 3. So first, let's identify the vertical asymptote. So to find the that is our step 1. So to find the vertical asymptote, we set the denominator equal to x equal to 0. So that is x minus 3 is equal to 0. So x, that's why we will lead to a answers which is x is equal to 3. So the graph has a vertical asymptote of at x equal to 3. This means the function is undefined at this value, and the graph approaches but never touches this line. So that is asymptotic because it never touches the line. So the second step is to find the horizontal asymptote. For rational functions, with the same degree in numerator and denominator, the horizontal asymptote is found by dividing leading coefficient. So 5 is our numerator over 1 our denominator, and 5 over 1 that is equal to 5. So the horizontal asymptote is y is equal to 5. So this means as x becomes very large or very small, the graph approaches the value 5. So this is the graph of the function. This is the graph of the function. Yes, that is the graph. So as we can see in the illustration, the graph approaches the vertical asymptote x is equal to 3, but never touches it. The graph also approaches the horizontal asymptote y is equal to 5. The function has two branches, one on the left side of the asymptote and one on the right side. Therefore, the important feature of this rational function are vertical asymptote, which is x is equal to 3, and horizontal asymptote, which is y is equal to 5. This asymptotes guides the overall shape of the graph. So I hope that's clear to you. So let's go down to number 62, which is um which is a piecewise function, meaning the rule of the function changes depending on the value of x. So our case 1. So we have if x is x squared minus 9, if x is less than 3, and 5 if x is equal to 3, and 9 minus x squared if y is less than x. So that's why so x, this is our x squared minus 9, and then we just input the 3. So 3 squared minus 9, that would be 9 minus 9 is equal to 0. So if x is equal to 3 or x or equal to 5. So however, 0 is not equal to 5, right? Kani, this one. 0 is not equal to 5. So this is discontinuous in x is equal to 3. So by checking the continuity, to check that we compare the limit and the function. As you can see, we compare the limit and the function value. The limit as x approaches to 3, both side is, that's why it's limit f of x is equal to 0 as x approaches to 3. But the function value is f of 3 is equal to 5. Since 0 is not equal to 5. So the function is not continuous. That's why it's discontinuous. Therefore, um, the function has a discontinuity at x is equal to 3 because the limit and the function value are not equal. So this is the graph. Yes. So this is the graph of number 62. So that's all class. We've learned a lot about limits and how to solve them, and then we have some examples of piecewise functions, and some limits. So thank you so much for your cooperation. Thank you so much for paying attention. Goodbye all, and thank you so much again.